let's review as I like to do. I'm going to go through it one more time. Maybe I'll nail it this time a little bit better. So if you go into, say, ASU and you take a Philosophy 101 class from, say, Terrence Ball or Dr. Avital Simhoni, you take a class from one of them, the first thing they're going to want to talk to you about is political theory, and especially the political theory that underpins or that was being argued at the time of the founding of our country. Okay? So on the board, in the center at the top, you would write state of nature, okay? And the state of nature is man at its base, man or humanity at its base. Everything is base. What is humanity? That's the state of nature. And the philosopher you'd write on the left is a guy by the name of John Locke, okay? Locke. And the highlighting or the prominent feature of his political philosophy and the principle that drives it is the idea that men are born tabula rasa, that humans are born a blank slate. It's all nurture for Locke. And the proper government is proper nurture. And with the proper government and the proper nurture, men will be virtuous because they will be pursuing those things that make them happy. Everything will be in its right place in their lives. They'll be productive and happy and virtuous. Okay? The man on the other side, his name is Thomas Hobbes, and he wrote a book called Leviathan. And Leviathan is a beast, but a necessary one for the safety of its people. Okay, so for Hobbes, you would trade some security. You would trade some freedom for security. And, this was repulsive to the founders, of course. And you can see quite clearly that Locke's philosophy won the day. Because today we are experiencing what I believe is the child of John Locke's philosophy of tabula rasa or blank slate, because it appears that in the woke worldview, what you encounter is the denial of a base human nature. At its very founding principle, woke is the denial of a base human nature. Haven't you ever tried to figure out how many genders there are? There are as many genders as there are people, because everybody is born a blank slate or a whiteboard, and you get to write whatever you want on it, and then erase it and write whatever you want on it, okay? And so do you see the comparison between a blank slate, tabula rasa, John Locke's political theory and philosophy that was largely influential on Thomas Jefferson and some of the other founders, and the new woke philosophy that says there is no base human nature, the evidence being the limitless numbers of genders, races, or whatever it is, okay? I'm hoping that this is the Lutheran part of me, the Christian part of me that's speaking now. Because, wow, we can't treat everyone who's going through the struggle of wokeness the same. Some of them are of a different nature, of a violent nature, and, to say they should be avoided. But there are people who are confused and lost. And can you imagine being Gen X today and being raised feral with all the information coming at you and all the time and no parental guidance? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that maybe you would be woke? You might be that person. I played in a hair band in the late 80s. It was different, though. We wore makeup like poison to get in fights. We didn't want to be normal. We wanted to stand out. We believed in a base human nature, and we were going to do everything we could to screw it up, and to make people mad. We were very testosterone-laden gentlemen wearing makeup, I'm not a little dude. So we did that on purpose, but it's different now. It's different now because there's like a morality component to it that drives the conscience. And so we have to tread lightly with some. And I think some of the biggest enemies of the people who have embraced wokeness are the people who aren't woke themselves, who are promoting it for some moral or self-righteous reason, because they feel like they're helping someone along. They feel like they're helping someone. They say I don't know how, it's somewhat hypocritical, but They're telling them they're not broken, but then they're treating and defending them like they are. So it's very strange. And now, commentary on the bathroom thing with Nancy Mace and the Speaker of the House. Everybody is talking about why are they making the bathroom a big issue. Well, they're not making the bathroom the big issue. The person who wants to use a different bathroom is making the bathroom the big issue. And to be quite frank with you, I'm a dude, all right? I don't even like sharing a bathroom with other dudes. It's freaking gross. Why would you, what kind of man would want to subject a woman to manly evacuation processes? Who wants to subject someone to that? I would recommend, I'll recommend this for every guy. Take up smoking when you take a crap, because it's way better to smell a cigarette than your crap, okay? Anyway, the woke worldview is very consistent with the philosophies of our founding fathers and John Locke. So don't think it's too much of an anomaly. Remember, the philosophy that founded this country was an anomaly, right? It was crazy. And don't anybody get me wrong. I love America. I love our founding documents. I'm as American as apple pie and an AR-15, man. That's who I am. Obviously, I love this country. George Washington is one of my heroes. He always knew what time it was. He always knew exactly what time it was. On Christmas time, when everyone was sleeping, waiting to open presents, he was crossing the Delaware. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Like and subscribe, ring the little bell, okay?